This week on You Don't Stop, we got a chance to check out the Berrics Skate Park in LA. And we have the First Nations rap duo LightningCloud on Rooftop Live. While in LA last week, we linked up with our boy Tim Dowlin, an old friend who was an ill activist, filmmaker, and now an executive at the Berrics, an exclusive skate park in LA where some of the world's top skaters practice their craft. He gave us a tour of the facilities and spoke to us about the history of the Berrics.
I ended up working here at the Berrics in downtown Los Angeles. I've been here for like 5 years. I grew up in Philly, got into acting, moved to New York, got into theater, got into writing, got into producing, went back to Philly, got back into organizing and activism, ended up coming out here to LA because a lot of my friends had moved out here first for acting, and I wanted to give it a shot. I met Steve Berra, the founder of the Berrics, through film. My best friend played a part in his movie. Steve's a skater, but he's also a filmmaker, which is why he created the Berrics, which is a media company that combines skateboarding and his love of filmmaking and storytelling and, you know, media, and taking that to the next level. So I knew Steve, and he needed a new assistant, so I came out here to be his assistant, and I've been working under Steve for 5 years. I've learned a lot. Since that, it's led to other opportunities to produce. I've produced all kinds of content here at the Berrics. I've produced stuff for major clients like Target, Mountain Dew, Skull Candy, DC. Produced a feature film called The Motivation, which is a documentary about skateboarding that went to the Tribeca Film Festival. So I'm tying it back into my original love of like filmmaking, theater, acting, storytelling, wanting to direct and produce. Came full circle somehow through skateboarding. I'm the only guy at this company out of 25 guys that doesn't skate. I grew up around it, Love Park, Philly in the 90s, had a great skate scene, vibrant skate scene. I was right there and I tried, and all my friends skated, and I couldn't quite get off the ground. I couldn't do a kickflip, I couldn't learn the tricks, so I moved on. The evolution of the Berrics, I mean, it started out of like necessity, of like self-interest. Like Steve Berra and Eric Costin, they're in the prime of their career. They're skating, you gotta skate. When you're a skateboarder, you're a professional athlete, you know, so you need to practice, you need to skate. You have contests, you have demos, you have expectations, you have pressure on you. Your sponsors are paying you. They're not paying you for nothing. They're paying you to perform, to skate, and to create content for them. You go to a public skateboard, if you're a popular pro, all of a sudden there's like 20 kids around like watching you, and it affects your process, and that's not the vibe where you want to practice, you know. Next thing you know, you're taking pictures and you're signing autographs, and that's all great. There's a time for that, but when you just want to practice, you need a different environment. So, you know, downtown LA in the 90s was cheap enough, and they were doing well enough that they went in on a warehouse, and the two of them, Eric and Steve, bought a warehouse together not too far from here. And actually, they bought one in the Valley before that. That was the second one. So it's been a process, it's been an evolution, but they bought one downtown, and they just used it to skate for themselves. And then they built obstacles, built ramps, and built stuff, and no one knew about it. It was totally private, off the grid, off the radar. They'd invite their friends that are also other top pros. And then Steve had this realization where, looking around, like, wow, like Guy Mariano's here, and this guy's here, and that guy's here, and all these guys that are really famous and really popular and really talented are all here skating under one roof. No one's filming it, no one knows about it. And he thought back to the little kid in him of like, any 10-year-old skater, any 15-year-old skater, you're looking through the magazines and you have all these thoughts, these questions you want to know, like, does this guy know that guy, and what's that like, and I wonder what that, you know, what do they eat for lunch, what do they talk about in between tricks, what is that like? And to give that lifestyle, that hanging out experience, and to give them that, I mean, it's like, imagine if like you could see a court where like Larry Bird and, you know, Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan and all your childhood heroes are shooting horse, playing around, just goofing around, you know, the competitive side and the lifestyle side, the not so serious side, the no pressure side. You've seen them on TV in the NBA finals, but you've never seen them goofing around playing horse for fun or for lunch, you know. So to take the roof off of that and to look in and to get into that world, you know, kids want access. Everybody wants behind the scenes access. They want to know, you know, what that's like. So he just realized that that's what this had turned into organically. That's what they were sitting on. And boom, that was the hook. And then they created all this other organic content like you know, this guy's stopping by, that guy's stopping by, with just a little bit of storytelling, a little bit of an arc to it, a little bit more of a hook to it. You know, this guy's gonna do a trick first try, this guy's gonna do this guy's gonna do that, and it's evolved into way more complex stuff, but that's the basis of it, and it's still rooted in that principle. That's still what it is, you know.
And you don't stop Rooftop Live. We are in Los Angeles, California. We have the privilege of being with the ill duo over here, LightningCloud.
What it do, pimpin'?
Appreciate y'all to be here with us and to make the time. First of all, to tell the people, who is LightningCloud? Tell us a little about how y'all came together.
Man, me and Crystal Lightning met here in, actually we met in Southern California, I think in San Diego. Like the native community is really small out here, and we all kind of know each other. And she's a big actress. She's been in a whole bunch of movies, and I remember seeing her. I mean, she was in Three Ninjas. She was in American Pie Band Camp, and the word got around, like, where we hang out. Like, yo, there's this native chick, lives in LA, boom, boom, boom. She was in American Pie, Days of Our Lives. She was in all these kinds of shows. And so I'm like, dude, one day I'm gonna meet this girl. And I remember seeing her, and I met her at a photo shoot. And at the time I had a girlfriend. I think she even came with me. She had a dude. And but we just kind of met there, and we locked eyes, and she was just DJing. She was sick. She was incredible. And I was able to invite her to one of my shows as MC Red Cloud Solo. And she finally came to one, and it was in Long Beach, and it was like an 8-mile situation where the club was packed, and she walks in, and I'm on stage, and I'm freestyling, and I see her walk in, and I start freestyling about her, and she's like, and I could just tell, she's like, whoa.
Smooth, right? How smooth. Yeah, as soon as I walk in the club, he's like, yo, Crystal Light, and he starts talking about what I'm wearing and what I look like, and I was like, oh, what?
There you go.
I mean, that's how you do it, fellas.
So I just started busting about her, and then I took her out for some pie on a gentleman date a couple times, and then because she spins and she's dope, she's a good DJ, and so I invited her to go on this tour with me.
Get it, get it.
As my DJ, and by that time we were already dating, so it really worked out. It was sick, and man, we just started writing songs together. Started working on live show together. She's an entertainer. She's already an actress. I'm an entertainer. I'm an MC. So we just combined our stuff, and we like to put on a good theatrical show for the party people, because hip hop heads deserve it, right?
And tell us about that. You went from acting, doing work in front of the camera, and now to being an MC, and even you're singing on in between as well. Tell us about how that transition has been for you.
Well, it's actually, you know, it's like one hand rubs the other. You know, you're still performing. Like when you do movies and television, you know, the camera, you're performing, you know, to the people. And it's the same thing when you're on stage rocking a crowd. You know, you're performing to the audience, and you want to, you know, because it's kind of the same thing. I get to act up there. I get to put on different characters. You know, he's like my director. So when we write songs, he's like, all right, you're the spoiled girl on this one. You're the gangster chick. You know, it's like so much fun for me. I love it. You know,
for sure.
So it's kind of like the same. You know, it's the same thing.
And how was for you, like your initial relationship to hip hop? How did that? When you started, when you came up in the game?
Good question. I've always been attracted to, you know, I'm an old soul, to the funk music and soul. I mean, I remember stealing a Peaches and Herb cassette tape when I was 9 years old. I mean, I was always just really attracted to the originals like James Brown and Parliament, and so hip hop kind of, you know, that's where it comes from, right?
Right.
So I've always been attracted to the real music, you know, since I can remember.
I think I smell fire.
Everybody put your hands up and just bounce, bounce. Put your hands up and just bounce, bounce. Put your hands up and just bounce, bounce. And it goes a little something like this.
High up contact, please. Dimes in the jukebox to rock that tune. Wop, bop, a loop, bop. These marks think of Tupac. The Glocks in the shoebox do wop, bam, boom, what?
Look at these damn tattoos. Ringlet, shout out Vidal Sassoon. I'll teach you how to Dougie in an ugly doom buggy to some more Kid Cudi like a damn baboon.
Marry a rich tycoon. Fly out to Bangkok for fresh Thai food. Watching some kickboxers, chickens and buttocks. Sipping on boba, eating crab rangoon.
Yo, somebody stop that dude. Rock with this cock out on stage straight nude. The dames think I'm Nelly, they names in my celly. They chasing my Chevy National Lamb.
I think I smell fire. Ring the alarm another sound boy cry.
I think I smell fire.
Burn it down to the ground and let the smoke fly high.
Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Look, look, look. You know my team can't lose. Call us a Wu-Tang with high IQs. I like to beat up the beat, smoke some reefer, and we like the peas, but
without taboo. Yo, you look like Fat Man Soup. If he was a goof, then he had one tooth. I'm like a tall glass of class for your small ass. I'll blast till you collapse and raid that tumerator.
I shouldn't have took those shrooms. Now the whole room looking like straight cartoons. You look like Hanna-Barbera, Captain Caveman, Yogi Bear, and Marvin the Martian. You're on some Looney Tunes.
Pigeon's the black Tom Cruise. Cloud is like Elvis with Van Damme shoes. I'm in the hotel, I'm bathing to Adele. With that scent that you smell Chanel perfume.
I think I smell fire.
Ring the alarm, another sound boy cry.
I think I smell fire.
Burn it down to the ground and let the smoke fly high.
Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Mama, just wind it. Hey, now show me how you use it. Hey, it's a stick up, put your hands in the air and just lose it. Mama, just wind it. Hey, now show me how you use it. Hey, it's a stick up, put your hands in the air and just lose it. Why, yo, I think I smell fire.
Ring the alarm, another sound boy cry.
I think I smell fire.
Burn it down to the ground and let the smoke fly high.
Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, we burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. Hey, 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 when I say keep on, y'all say rockin' it. Keep on
rockin' it.
Keep on
rockin' it.
When I say ain't no, y'all say stopping it. Ain't no
stopping it.
Hey, DJ F is like. LightningCloud, bitches.